Hey, I'm back again, people. I can't get over this Joe Biden pardon thing. You know, I want Donald Trump to go after Joe Biden himself for those shell companies with all the money that was coming in from overseas, from communist countries. I mean, the other side of the aisle, they always talk about how it's political retribution. He's going after his political opponents. No, no, no. Joe Biden actually broke the law. Let's talk about. Let's go back to Donald Trump for a second. Donald Trump paid off Stormy Daniels to cut, so she wouldn't acknowledge, come out and say something about the affair they had. Hey, that's all legal stuff, people. People do it all the time. If somebody says, "I'll give you $1,000,000 to say not to say that we had sex," that's an illegal arrangement. It's in a contract. That's a legal arrangement. Guys, people of power do it all the time. So that was quashed. You know, that lady who came out and said Donald Trump was aggressive towards her 40 fucking years ago. Stop it. You can't come out 40 years later when somebody's, I mean, you know what I mean. Okay, Mar-a-Lago's worth way more than $14 million, people. So let's get over that. That's a bunch of shit. Everything they were actually trying to get their political opponent, the Democrats were. That's Donald Trump, and that's what it is. But Joe Biden literally committed crimes. He committed crimes. His son was peddling influence around the world in our government, and the person who was setting all that up was Hunter Biden for Joe Biden. They were selling influence so they could do trade, trade laws and stuff like that would go in these countries' favor. Things that they wanted done in their country that they just yellow stamp it in our country to let them do it. That's called influence peddling. I mean, Joe Biden literally has shell companies that his son set up where all of this money is going into all his family members. So Joe Biden's going to end up pardoning the first president ever to have to pardon his whole family for corrupt activity, all the way down to his grandkids, because they were getting money from these oligarchs too. I mean, why would an oligarch send somebody put $10,000, $100,000 into one of your grandkids' bank account? Tell me, somebody explain that to me like I'm a 2-year-old, because I don't understand that at all. It's corrupt. Joe Biden actually is a criminal. He's been a criminal for many, many years. Obama saw it, didn't want to say nothing about it. He said something, but he didn't want to address the issue because the Biden family. It is what it is. Joe Biden's he's gonna pardon his whole family. He's gonna pardon his brother. He's gonna pardon everybody, but he's gonna pardon himself, because if he doesn't, then we need to go after Joe Biden, President Trump. And it's not because it's political retribution. It's because it's the law. He broke the law. If I break the law, I get in trouble. It's his kid. People can understand why he's doing it. Hunter Biden's his son. How many other people out there suffer because their kids fuck up and go to prison? They don't get that same kind of that special benefit because they're in court going, but it's my son. I mean, they still go to jail. What Joe Biden is doing is one more example of the total corruption, the total disdain, the total hatred that he has for the American people and for the working class person, especially in this country. That's what it is, people. They have total disdain for the working class in this country. Unless you're rich or an illegal migrant that's mowing their yard for really cheap, then they don't want to hear your shit. They don't want to hear it. You're a taxpayer. Go pay your taxes so we can do all this stuff that's illegal. I mean, that's how I look at it. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, Hunter Biden he broke the law. He needs to go to jail. And just because you're the president, I've never seen any president, any governor ever just pardon their family when they self-admitted to committing a crime. Like I said, people, a pardon is just a fucking executive order, and Donald Trump can wipe that pardon out. And people ought to be pushing the judge in that case, because the only one that can truly pardon Joe Biden's son is the judge that's overseeing the case. She's a judge. And that's a judge. A judge doesn't have to listen to what the president says on a pardon. They can still go through with it. I'm telling you, people, the judge is the power. I mean, the president just can't squash it unless the court agrees with it. I mean, that's what's up. That's how I understand the law. I mean, so this crazy shit one more time before. I mean, What other example of craziness and corruption are we going to see before Joe Biden walks out of that door for the last time in his political career? Thank God the Bidens are done. Thank God. Pray to God. I guess as long as he's gone, I guess, but I want to see his ass in prison because we would be in prison. I'd be in prison. You would be in prison. Come on. I mean, my God, I'm tired of all these people that are higher up, that are rich, get all these special, get all these special privileges. It's like Baldwin in that gun. He killed a woman. He's not going to jail. He didn't check that gun to make sure there wasn't a loaded bullet in it, a real bullet. Who does that? You tell me how did that bullet get in that gun? I'm just saying, all these rich people always get off, and people like you and me would go to jail. Doesn't that piss you people off? It should. It's so unright. It's so not cool. It's so fucked up. It's so anus that I don't know what to say about it. I mean, eat a dick, all these people that think that's cool. It's not cool. All right, this is Scott in a Shot. Venting some more, baby. I got a lot more where that comes from later.